And I'd been looking for something to open new horizons for me, new directions. My background's business management, and this is just totally left field. But at the same time, I think it's made me a better person to work more effectively, to understand myself, and to be able to read others, and that has applications, from my business activities versus my interpersonal relationships versus my relationship with myself.
Obtaining recognised qualification, so something that could lead to future work. Learning to use these tools for self-exploration and for learning to better understand how the human mind works, but I think also there's that very sort of strong element of gaining an understanding of the soul and its various aspects. So, I mean, that's probably the most attractive element for me.
Well, first because it is transpersonal, and the transpersonal way just fits in the way I see the world. I was intending to go to university, and I happened to go to a dream workshop in which a lady took us into a visualization and took me into the transpersonal world, which actually blew my mind, and straight away I signed up at the college that week.
I was just looking to find something that sort of had a bit more meaning for me, and I had no idea what art therapy was about, let alone transpersonal art therapy. And I went and did the open day, and it was just from that moment, from doing just those processes, just drawing something that spoke to me exactly about where I was at that point in time, that just had me from the first processes that I did.
I have always had an interest in the creative arts, but I never considered myself an artist. So I think the thing that I've really learned about this experience is park your notions about what is an artist. There is no such thing as, you need to have an artistic bent or, be able to draw. None of that holds here. It's all about the power of harnessing creativity in whichever form and using that as a vehicle to tap into some real powerful territory.
It was a great journey for me. I got a lot out of it personally. It's just a great tool for me to be able to use for myself, and that's what it's become. Even all these years later, I still use it for myself.
My experience has just been so enjoyable and such an embodied experience. It's not just a case of coming along and learning something. It's much larger than that. It just embraces everything. Group dynamics are great because no matter what they are, it just fits into my perspective of the world, that to learn, to get to know others, and there's so much like-mindedness as well because we're all here, I think, to make a difference.
What I enjoyed most is definitely the atmosphere of the college, just the vibe of the people, the expertise of the lecturers. You can tell this type of work, it comes with a certain type of passion. So if you're not feeling it, it just doesn't come through. So the lecturers here are, they're very much, you can tell that they kind of live by what they're teaching. So yeah, it's very passionate work and it's very heartfelt. And so that it kind of comes from that real kind of authentic place, and it helps you get to there as well.
Definitely the art processes, and then working together in pairs and then in groups. I think there's an unspoken mastery of technique that comes through in the way that the teachers present the material.
I'm doing the course full-time. I have not had any issues with the amount of work or the assignments. I've found it very good. I hadn't studied since over 20 years ago when I did my university degree, but if you're used to doing any sort of activity and managing any sort of activity, whether it's your home or holding down a job, I think that if you want to do it, you'll do it. It's fun.
I mean, there have been periods in the past where I've struggled with academic studies. It just makes the content so much more approachable and manageable, the way that it's presented.
I've loved the interaction with my group mates, my classmates, and also peeling of my onion layers. That's been really good, really enlightening, real emotional, but in a good way, journey.
Very excited and very eager to get out there and start the work. I feel very ready, and just the support that you receive from the lecturers and your peers here, you just can't go wrong.
Definitely, I feel every single process that we're learning and all of the information that we are given providing me with the correct skills and the motivation to be confident enough to take this out once I do finish the course.
The good thing about the course is that after every process we do talk about practical applications and how does this enrich you as a professional. So there is always a link back to the real world in terms of the professional practice aspect, which I think has been a real big plus, because it's not just, fine, I'm getting to know myself a lot better, but at the same time, that's all part and parcel of trying the processes myself so that I can be confident in what I can actually hope to gain in interacting with clients.
Well, I work in community. I run 2 groups. I run one which is a community group. I run that as a volunteer, working with people who have mental health issues or just mainstream who want a safe place to be where they can explore themselves. And I also run my own community groups on a Saturday morning, where we have everyday mainstream people coming along who love to be creative and at the same time are able to see sides of themselves which help them to move forward in their own lives and start to excel actually in their creativity.
Oh, look, I mean, I think this sort of course really should be taught in high school. I think it should be a compulsory module that aids anyone in the process of self-development.
I think this is amazing, and if it's something that you are passionate about and you've been wanting to help people and do it in a creative way, this is the perfect thing for you to be doing.